All right, here we go. Welcome back, issue 16. This is my friendly dog. All right, at this point in time, YouTube's a really big thing, and there's a lot of skateboarding content on there. We're gonna start it off with a segment called Down the Tube. This time with NKA. Everyone's seen NKA VIDS. He's one of the early pioneers of YouTube skate videos. He's a great filmer. He's also a great skateboarder. He's pretty OG. We got a new segment, it's called Leftovers. When people film video parts, there's a lot of behind the scenes clips and tricks they didn't use in their video part, kind of like Thanksgiving dinner. The next day there's still some good eating. So this time it's gonna be with Jordan Maxham. He fucking does some different type of tricks, man. And then we're giving back. Tom Rohrer's giving back. He's really good. He's got crazy flat ground tricks. He can do just about every trick. And he's got an in-depth instructional videos. He's gonna get scientific with each maneuver so that people can learn them. Shit, everybody knows Paul Hart. Honestly, one of the most underrated, talented, amazing skateboarders that I know. He is so good. I've been on a lot of trips with Paul Hart. I've seen him do mind-blowing tricks. Photoshop his face on an eagle, you know what I mean? That's an American right there, holy shit. So he built a house on a trailer. It's a tiny home. And he drove it all the way from Florida to California. Who knows what he's got in there, so that's gonna be interesting. Our next segment is called Filmer Files, and this time it's with Lando Visions. He's been out filming all the bros, and they've been killing it, and it's basically like a video in itself. I would say his real name, but I really don't know it, even though I've known the guy for like 20 years, but I just don't know his real name. Yeah, so that's the issue, and I'll see you in the credits.
A lot of people were like, what are you doing? You're really messing up. Like, this is a horrible idea. You should not do this. What's up, guys? My name is Nigel Alexander. I'm 41 years old. I'm from a small town in Washington called Keller. It's on a Native American reservation. And I love skateboarding and filming. I've been skateboarding since 1994, so coming up on 30 years. Me and my brother figured out that if we teamed up with some money, got a camera, and we got sponsored, we wouldn't have to pay for any of our skate gear. Luckily, because we're Native American, we would get money like every 4 months, and literally all that money just went right into skating. It always changes, but like 4 times a year I'll get like a check. It can range anywhere from like 200 to sometimes like 1,000. Part of that money went to buying our first camera. It was like this weird little like square camera, kind of looked like a game console. We got it used for like 400 bucks and it was great. I ended up getting sponsored by a skateboard shop called 118. That's also the skate shop that Paul Rodriguez got sponsored by. We were both skating together a lot and I filmed all his stuff. Paul actually filmed a lot of my stuff too. I got really good at a point, and then, you know, you hit these walls, it's kind of hard to progress past. And then, you know, when I'd hit those walls, I'd naturally just be like, okay, I'll film. I got in contact with Heath Brinkley from Logic at the time. I hit him up because of an ad I saw at one of the end of the videos. He hit me right back. He's like, yeah, come down, come meet me. And he had me come out, film with him, and just kind of taught me like certain angles, how to hold the camera. I filmed for Logic 4 through 8. After that, I wasn't really filming as much, but I was skating. And then Paul Rodriguez had the idea to do a video, and he was like, Nige, do you want to film this? And that's when we started working on the video Forecast with Mike Mokopaldi, Nick McLouth, Mike Barker, Jason Wakazawa. I ended up editing that video as well, After that, I started working on another video called Proof. And that video was a struggle because we didn't get the kind of money we were getting to do the video. Everything had changed. Like, we were mixing HD and SD footage together, which is a nightmare. And after that, I kind of was like, okay, I don't know if I want to do another video again. Around the same time too is when I was working on a website called skatesite.com. We hosted a lot of the videos for skatesite.com through my YouTube channel, and skatesite.com unfortunately went out of business. But at the end of it, I had I think 13,000 subscribers that I didn't even try to get. So I wasn't getting paid by YouTube at the time, but I would just edit stuff and put it out just to do it. As time went on, I started to get into a lot of commercial work, different projects with Paul for like Mountain Dew, Nike. It was one of the best times ever. I really got to say thanks to those guys. They really helped me a lot at that time. Around the end of 2011, while I was working for Street League, I had an office at the Fantasy Factory, and Rob Dyrdek came in and was looking at my YouTube channel, and he just kind of said it. He was just like, Nige, if you really go for this YouTube thing, you could kill it. And that just because it was Dyrdek saying it, you know what I mean? And from then, it's like I really started putting more energy into that, you know? A lot of people were like, what are you doing? You're really messing up. Like, this is a horrible idea. You should not do this, you know? And a lot of people wouldn't film with me at the time. So they were like putting this weird energy on me. And I was like, dude, you guys are treating me like you guys are the jocks. And I'm the skater. Like, I get it. They were being protective. But there were a lot of them who were just like, oh, he's a kook. You know what I mean? So that's the difference between those two states of mind. There's one that's good, where it's protective and they're trying to protect skateboarding, but then there's one that's just closed-minded, just like a jock treats a skateboarder at high school. Either one, it's still hard to deal with because you question yourself, or you just say, fuck it, I'm doing this. I'm just gonna do it. So for me, I was pretty good at saying fuck it to most people, but some of the people, it was a little tough. I was like, damn, well, man, I love you, I respect your opinion, but I gotta do this. Like, I see a future in it. I realized that there's so much talent out there that no one gets to see. I would go to these skate parks and I'd see this guy who's like doing these amazing tricks. And I'm like, yo, what's up? What's your name? Like, do you wanna film some stuff? Like, I got this channel, it might work out. It might be able to help you get sponsored. 2-3 months later, I parted ways with Street League. And I got a deal with a multi-channel network, and they offered me a really good deal. That was when I had financial freedom to basically do whatever I want. And it was the first time in my life I had that. And it was freaking amazing to have that because I could do whatever I wanted on YouTube and just kind of go for it. I knew as I aged, I had to start transitioning away from the bigger cameras. And the way that YouTube was developing also is that they wanted more long-form content. The iPhone 7 Plus came out, and I grabbed it and I filmed some stuff at a skate park with it. And I was like, because I had a feeling a year or two before that the phones were getting good enough, but they weren't quite there yet, that I would be able to use it. And as long as I filmed it well enough, no one would be able to tell the difference. From there, I just kind of stuck with it. There's definitely times when I was really chasing after having like 100,000 subscribers or 500,000 subscribers. But I started to realize that most of the time to do that, you gotta make these videos that kind of have to push you out of your boundaries. And then the thing is, you might get 100,000 new subscribers, but guess what? They're gonna want all videos like you just made. And you might not wanna make those kind of videos. So for me, I'm way more the slow grow. I want people to come and watch the stuff I want to make. Now, I have a really cool job with Pal Peralta, kind of like helping them figure out what works for them on YouTube and what doesn't. But besides that, it's still just doing my normal YouTube stuff. If someone's new part comes out that's like super good, or someone asks me to watch their stuff, I'll spend my time, I'll watch it. But typically, I kind of like to unplug from the matrix, and I'm watching movies. I'm just kind of like staying in my lane and not really trying to focus on what other people are doing too much, because I don't want my stuff to be like anyone else's, if that makes sense. If you guys want to check out my YouTube channel or my Instagram, it's NKA VIDS.
Are you dead enough for these? They have components like polyethylene. 99.9% of the time, it works 60% of the time. You know what I mean? They practically ride themselves.
Here at iDabble, commercials are free for skater-owned brands. Skate shops too, forever. Email us.
My name is Jordan Maxham. I'm 32 years old, from Vermont originally. I'm currently sitting in my living room in Los Angeles. Been living here since I was 18, and loving every minute of it, baby. Been skating since I was like 10, so 22 years now. In that course of time, I've filmed my fair share of clips. A lot of video parts, a lot of work, a lot of fun in the streets with friends, and you know, a lot of good memories. That's like the best part about filming a video part is you have all these memories to look back on. Every single clip has a story. It's a shame when clips don't get used because, you know, if something doesn't fit in the video part, maybe for one reason or another it didn't go with the song, or maybe you had another one so it didn't get used. Whatever reason it is, that clip that you worked for and the filmer sat there and filmed you for, it still is a clip and it still has a story. It's nice to bring them to light. For a solid chunk of my life, I was pretty much only concerned with filming tricks. And I think between 2017 and 2019, I probably put out like 5 video parts. I was like trying to get a clip a day. That was my thing. I was like in the car with either Eric Clavell or Blake Hazanga or homie Spencer, Burdock. And at the end of it, I was like, you know, just kind of burnt out. And at the same time, we had just started iDabble. And I was like, I'm just gonna stop trying to film video parts and I'm just gonna film when I feel like it. I'm gonna get tricks that I'm stoked on and I'm just gonna sit on them, and one day, years down the road, I'll put out a video part. This year, Dom from Brooklyn Projects was like, hey, we're putting out the first BP video, first video in 20 years. We're gonna have a huge premiere, like, it's gonna be this big thing. And I was like, all right, cool. This is where the footage is meant to go. So I got all my footage together, and I have this part that I'm like very proud of that I spent the last like 3.5 years filming. And I was like trying to squeeze more clips in there, and I like try to cut stuff and squeeze more in, and it's just like I can't fit any more in there. So there's a lot of stuff that has become leftovers. I still don't like some of these clips that you're about to see, but you know, here they are regardless.
Hey, how you doing in there? How you doing in there? You feeling pretty good? Okay, you're jazzed up, you're ready to breathe, okay? Check out. Y'all feeling me right? I'm rolling on the track like an artillery strike. Rhythm me like Jimmy and Batman forever. My rhythm is tight, really I might scatter and sever. I smash on the bitch till the beats that hit. My speech heats the house when it leaves my lips. Keeping the fully equipped to spit and split wigs. Kids all up in the comments like, why is he not big? Take none of it, nor do I give a shit. Just give me the microphone, I'll start it and I'll finish it. Get legit, sick, nasty, whatever adjective you wanna pass me, I'll gladly smash pack of the trash. Keep my words in the cranium, they rattle on my skull. If I challenge you to battle, you would have to say no. It goes like a woman at a time of the month. Forget I'm masculine as fuck when I'm rhyming and stuff. Hymens will bust when I bust. Trust me, dusty beats crushed underneath the force warm and a bleed breach beats with a speech leak smoother than slick. You can admit, no one's doing it smoother than this, bitch. Yo, come on, stand still. I don't drop bars, fam, I drop anvils. Up on your head, top flex, less the best got tested. When I rock, place bets and set clocks. Unable to spring ahead, better fall back. When real heads reclaim earth and serve cats, their eviction notice. As time winds down, you're tick-tocking a lot, but you're not making a sound. Wow, how do I do it? I confound the crowd. Keeping it moving, I move under. up round, get up plates on the taste of sweet. Arrange bass in a basement, you face the feet. I steady flip intelligent, hella legend, clever skill. If you don't get it, you gotta be kidding, kids, you never will. I'm an intellectual, yet most cats say being an intellectual is so passe. Hey, pass the peas like they used to say. Grab your booster seats, I got moves to make. Now usually you could try to use your way for me and you ain't equal. I give crews a break. Rockin' tell souls, you rockin' it, hell no. Crews rock the bell toll, so hot that I'm elbows. Bird fetish, yellow like hell soul. Even Ella when it fell up on my elephant elbow. When I batter a flow pattern average, don't scatter. I'm smacking them with the pack full of batteries. Don't laugh and the whole stack them jacking me. These jokers getting mad when queen circle the king like rings round Saturn. Step stride for the time is nigh to find anyone thinking they rhyme sicker than I. Come on, give it a try. Thinking you guys got what I got? You decide to try, you'll be lying in a pine box. Rappers selling out without attempts to stay relevant. I ain't walking out the room without acknowledging that elephant have been sent hellbound, hellbent, hellhound, ready to bring the whole goddamn industry down. But will I make it? What is making it? Gosh, I know I made it when I go skating with Aesop Rock. I know I made it when I stopped being compared to Eminem. When aside from my complexion, there ain't a speck of resemblance. It's not this, but he ain't in my top 5. It's probably Slug, Q-Tip, Slick, Rick, Dell, and I don't even know. It doesn't matter. It's the point I'm trying to get to. I learned how my flows from the yelling shit cool, and if I don't get where I hope to be, I'll go. Oh well. What should I expect? Lyrics and flow don't sell. And I ain't worried about a god dang thing. As long as I got a beat, I got a story to tell.
Flat ground skateboarding. It's the best. It's just you and the board, you know? You don't need anything else. You don't need a ledge or rail or anything. Just you and the skateboard. My name is Tom Rohrer. I'm 32 years old, born in North Dakota, grew up in Minnesota, Minneapolis, lived in Los Angeles for 10 years, and then my wife and I just moved down here 2 years ago to San Diego. I do graphic design for the barracks, on the YouTube channel, on the website, and the little slates in the videos. I get to do all those, so it's a pretty awesome job. And I actually run the barracks YouTube channel. So yes, if I've commented back, it was most likely me who's commented to you. I skate for Lakai shoes. I love Lakai since I was a kid. Bones, Jessup grip tape, grip gum, Mondo vertical wheels, and the Quiet Life, which I've also been a huge fan of for years. I think I like flat ground skateboarding because I grew up in the winter in Minnesota, you know, like we had like our friends' little mini warehouses or studios that we'd just skate flat ground in when there was nowhere else to skate. My favorite flat ground trick is varial heel, easily. Most recent flip trick, ooh, a fakey hard flip late shove it. We started the channel on June 21st, Go Skate Day, 2022, so it hasn't been that long. Jay is my wife. She went to theater school, so she knows really well like just how to like talk and present yourself and how to speak properly, even how to shoot things, like cut between different shots and zoom in. Like she's giving me all these tips, like things that I wouldn't have really thought of myself. So together we make like this perfect team. She actually is the reason I started this channel. I would talk about it. I'd be like, oh, I've always wanted to start a trick tips thing. Like I just feel like I see a lot of trick tips and there's like not enough detail. And she's like, well, we should do it. And I actually was kind of doubtful. She's like, no, let's do it. So we started doing it, and of course, it took off. Our Instagram has grown like over 40,000 followers in 2 months, which is mind-blowing.
Yo, check it out, there ain't a singular MC on this planet who wants it. They know the young man's arm got that bomb shit. Stomp with the boards that I leave aboard the map is trembling.
We have like a whole Google Sheets list set up. Check out the things we need to bring to the session. And I'll write down tips ahead of time for each trick. I'll think about it. And Jay already has the filming down pretty well. Like the filming, the mic, everything else, the speaking and the shots. Like She's pretty good. I don't have to do too much directing. And then once we get to the spot, like I'll film a bunch of angles, get all the shots of the trick. I'll watch the footage of the trick, and then I'll make sure that I'm not missing anything. So I can see the way I'm doing it, and I can analyze it before I actually start teaching. So when we get home, I'll usually get the graphics done right away. Like I'll make like the title slates and the cover image and all that. And then I'll drop everything in the timeline and start editing. Get the main edit done, and then I make some social cuts, like 9x16 vertical social cuts, and get all the social stuff prepared for launch every Thursday. I'd say total turnaround from the filming process to the front of your face on film, probably about 7 to 9 hours roughly. So the channel is called Tom's Tutorials. Instagram, it's Toms_tutorials, and TikTok, it's Toms.tutorials. Just trying to give a lot of detail, like detail that's missing from other trick tips. I think it's so important. Like there's so many little details that you don't even realize that go into a trick. So I think it's important not to leave those details out. You start to not even think about it anymore after a certain time because it just becomes muscle memory. You're just so used to doing it. But you gotta realize, like when you're learning a trick, you have to think about these things, like they all matter. The goals we have, I'd say, is just to get as many trick tip tutorials out there. But I'm really just trying to make sure that, you know, we're giving back to the people who are following us and supporting us, and obviously teaching what they want to learn.
Say one time. Help me, help you, help me to help you. Let's help each other today. Let's win. Yeah. Help me.
What's happening, partner? Giddy up, come on. Yeah, I'm Paul Hart, and I'm from Jax Beach, Florida. We're just getting her done. I've always had this idea to like build an off-grid camper, and I didn't want to just like buy one, you know, I wanted to do it myself. Moved back to Florida in 2020. That's when I really decided to make the move. Here we are now, dude. It's pretty badass, I'm stoked. Shit, man, you know, let's start with the fridge. It's an isotherm, marine grade, very minimal power. You know, gotta have organic ketchup, some LaCroix, turkey bacon. Gotta have your ice pack right here. Little nook area for storage, and then there's like more storage underneath. The bed's even got storage. Got my boots, got my shoes. Put your block countertops. Got the stove and oven. The sink. I mean, sometimes I shower in there. Got the trash. Psh. I got a Pioneer mini split. It's like a 9,000 BTU unit. I can run that AC when it's like blazing all day, and I can run heat on it. They actually sent me that, so shout out to Pioneer. Everything in here is like 12 volt pretty much, besides that and the washer. It's empty right now. Did some laundry. You just get her done, dude. Get it tight, get it right. Dude, sometimes like I'll even just go up here with me, you know? Fucking just get her done. Even the bed, just get a nice little, it buffs out pretty nice. So, tiny house, you gotta have a big gun. So, breaker box right here, a little zone to put your knickknacks. I got my t-shirts and whatnot in here. Banyo, shower. Tiling sucks, by the way. Don't ever do tiling. It is terrible. So I was like, oh, you know, I'll come out to Jared Lucas's property and, you know, I'll live and skate and help him with stuff. It's like 40 acres he lives on, and he's carved out all the roads, he's done all the plumbing, and he's got goats, llamas. I just want to learn what I can from him. Since I like spray foam this, This thing's like a brick house, dude. It's so, like, the integrity of the structure is like insane. I would go check it inside after, you know, driving a couple 100 miles, and like my cowboy hat would not even like fall off the bed, you know. I got that 6.7 Power Stroke Ford F350. Tows it so easy. I'm getting about like 8 to 10 miles a gallon. Yeah, she thick. You know, when I don't want to cook in there, I'll just hook up the propane and just let her rip, dude. Put a cast iron on there. Don't even have to clean it, just cook in the cast iron. It's so easy. And I got my little Brio grill right here. Smokeless fire pit. Thing's incredible. Life without a fire, just like, you're just not living. Yeah, it's cheaper than rent, I'll tell you that much. I can last 3 months on propane. And then when I cook on my smokeless fire pit, I'm chilling. Well, appreciate y'all checking out my tiny establishment, but I gotta take a nap, so y'all gotta bail. Appreciate it. Love y'all. Go skate or some shit, man. I'll be living.
This is Taz. She's a little psycho, secondary filmer. Her angles suck, but she's working on it, you know? She's getting there. This is Lando Visions. I'm 35 years old. I'm from Orange County, California. And I'm a fucking filmer. I started skating when I was like 11. My dad took me to an active ride shop in like Temecula. It's like a tiny little demo going on. And it was Tony Hawk, Jeremy Ray, and Jamie Thomas. Got addicted to it after that, completely. For me, honestly, skateboarding was just like it was more fun than anything. There was like no one doing it because I was in Temecula for a long time in Murrieta, and this is when it was like just nothing but dirt bikes out there. And I moved back out to Orange County, and I met Adam Diet, just shooting pool randomly. And I was pretty much like living at their house after that. I didn't really start filming as a plan, pretty much just like out of necessity. The first thing I grabbed was a cell phone. A camera worked on it, so I just picked it up and just started shooting with that, and just putting everything on Instagram and for shooting for whoever I could. I was getting asked all the time, like, oh, hey, like, you know, do you shoot like with a real camera? And so after a while, after getting asked that a lot of times and missing out on a lot of jobs because I, you know, had nothing but a cell phone and I never took it seriously enough to go, oh yeah, I'm gonna make a business out of this. Saved up like $2 grand and went and picked up a little HMC 150. I was working full time still. I was selling doors and then like getting off work and going and filming with all the homies as much as I could, and then the weekends going out and filming with them. At that point, I wanted to like get content that was in video parts. One day I kind of just hated what I was doing, quit, and pretty much just took the little bit of money that I had and bought a second camera, another lens, got a business license. I made Lando Visions, which is just my Instagram handle at the time, and just kind of started running with it. And I'm like, I'm just gonna see what I can do with it. If I can make a full job at it, cool. If not, I'm gonna crash and burn, but I need to try. Everybody starts out doing it because they love it, because it's fun. When the reality hits, it's like, oh, it's a job now, and I have to do this to pay rent, and like it's my only source of income. Like, that's rough. There wasn't always the skate jobs there. So whether it's shooting stuff for a car company, music events, kind of stuff all over the board, just kind of whatever I could take. to do like an actual full length. That's been a project I've been wanting to tackle for a while. Finally started it and have been in the midst of filming and kind of gathering footage with, you know, just the different guys that I shoot with. And so it's a work in progress. Some of my favorite filmers, Ty Evans, Kev Perez, Chase Gabor, Spanish Mike, Hoops, Filmer Luke, Devin Lopez, Joe Kralik. Go watch 411 videos. You're gonna see all of Joe Kralik's footage. French Fred clips. Those guys, like, those are my rock stars. I'll still film something and go home and I'll look at it and I'm like, I don't believe I filmed that. Like, I don't believe I got that. That's like, there's no way. And I'll just watch it like over and over and over again. And when you get to capture those moments, even if you're struggling with the bills or whatever, like shit's going wrong, that shit always makes it worth it. My social media handle, everything is just at Lando Visions, but it's Lando Visions with a Z. So the montage you're about to see, it's just kind of a little preview for the full length that I'm working on right now. It's all, you know, unseen footage, nothing on Instagram. It's all like real street shit. I told everybody, I'm like, hey, if we're gonna put something together, even if it's something small, I want it to be worthy. We'd shoot something and be like, oh yeah, well here, I'll give this to you for the video and then I want to hold on to this one, like the really good shit for like, you know, my video. And I was like, no, like if we're shooting this, like I'm taking this for this segment.
Let's fucking go. I'm done, dude. We're calling it.
Let's go get like a kick into some grass here somewhere. Whoa. People are good. People are good. That backside flip was top notch. Don't you think, Sparky? That wraps up the issue. We'll see you next time. Happy New Year. Assalamu alaikum. Shalom Shabbat. Feliz Navidad. Have a good day.
We don't want to make Appleyard say it, so please subscribe to our YouTube and check out our website. Fuck yeah. Thanks.
What we got here is Andalusian wombat. They're native to Guatemala and some regions of the Panama rainforest. You know, he's good, he's very friendly, quite the creature. We came across her at El Toro, of all places, when I was setting up to Nolly Blitzkrieg grind that thing. I saw this thing and I was like, what the fuck is this? And I was like, you're coming with me. And yep, issue 25 there will be a new chair. This chair is it's pretty weathered. It's sort of fallen to pieces, and it's going to retire pretty soon into the shed. It's been left out in a few rainstorms and whatnot. The California sun's been beating on it, and it's a little weathered. So we're gonna be looking for a new chair, replacement chair. No disrespect to this thing, but it's about that time.